Hey everyone, it's Mona here at Klatch, and today we're going to do a skeleton wall hanging, hopefully creepy for Halloween. I have a plain white canvas and I want to kind of dirty it up a little bit. I have a little bit of water and I threw some black and grays in here, just a regular acrylic paint. I'm going to add a little bit of water because I want it to kind of be watered down. I want this to look dirty. So the canvas is drying and now we've got this guy, and I kind of feel like he needs a name. So why don't you put a name in the comments below and let's name this guy. But I need to cut off the back of his head because I want him to lay flat on the canvas. So I've got my Dremel tool, I've got my safety glasses on. Let's fire this puppy up. Come closer, I'll do it to you. So here's our half a skull. And he'll lay just fine right on that canvas. Now I'm going to take him outside and spray paint him white because I'm afraid that any acrylic paint or anything that I'm going to use is not going to stick to this guy, and we definitely want it to stick to this guy. So even though he's got pretty good color and everything, I'm going to want to enhance him a little bit. So all I'm going to do is spray him with like a white primer. So anything that I put on him in the future will stick to him. Canvas is dry and this guy is dry, and now I'm just going to use some glue. I'm using the Ultimate Glue because I really like that glue. And I'm going to run a bead around just that edge. You don't have to be neat about it. We're doing other things to this canvas. You get any kind of goopiness, don't even worry about it. We're going to let that dry. The canvas is dry, the skull is dry, the glue is dry. So I'm going to just darken some areas again, just like they were before. The paint will stick to it now that I did that white primer on there. I can paint whatever I want on the skull and have it stick with the acrylic paint. So I've got some cheesecloth, which is available at your local grocery store. And I'm going to just either cut or rip strips. We want it to look messy and like they're kind of ripped and stuff like that, so that all works in our favor. I'm pouring my Mod Podge into a cup, and that's so I don't contaminate it because I want to use colors. I have a light gray and a dark gray, and this is just acrylic paint. Now we want this guy to look like he's been around for a while, so the very first thing I'm going to do is with a little bit of water, and I'm going to dip my paintbrush into water, pick up the two grays, and I'm going to just paint it over him. And then I'm going to kind of dab it, wipe it off, because I just don't want him to look so fresh white like he was just buried. He needs to have a little dirt and age on him. He's coming out of a tomb. He hasn't been baking in the sun. I'm going gray. You could go with a yellowish tint, whatever you want to do. Once that's dry, I'm going to start taking my Mod Podge and putting it down kind of in sections. Take some cheesecloth, press it down, take a little more Mod Podge, a little of the paint, and start putting it down. You want it to be wrinkled is fine, parts of it sticking up is fine. You do want to make sure it's adhered. I have the first layer covering everything, and I still have a bunch of the cheesecloth left over, so now I'm just going to give it a little more dimension, keep doing the same thing. He's not quite dry, but he's dry enough. And now you can kind of get to make the decision, do you want to go with something scary and spooky or something kind of goofy? And because I couldn't find any scary eyes, I'm going on the side of goofy. So it's still going to have some like gore stuff to it, but for the most part it's going to be have kind of a goofy look to it. Now for this I'm using my Super Gloss Mod Podge, and I have some acrylic paint, two different reds, and I'm going to pour just a little bit of Mod Podge in there with it because I want this to be nice and shiny. So I'm going to, on the very edges here, just take my paintbrush and I want it gooped on there. I mean, I don't want it to go too thin. I'm not sure why a skull would have blood, but does it really matter? Now to finish this guy up, I'm going to do glue and some spiders. I'm gonna put his eyeballs on too yet. I have the spider, I just shortened the legs, and I'm going to put him in there like he's crawling out from behind his eye. Now I'm also going to take some of this paint that I had done before, and I'm going to kind of goop it underneath like it's coming out from underneath his eye. And I'll do the same over here where the spider is. Here it is all finished. Now you can just hang it right up on the wall and it'll set the scene for Halloween. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to check out some of my other videos and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Happy crafting!